given a polynomial and we have to find the values that the x-intercepts at y equals 0. So we are not given any initial expressions, so we're going to have to kind of find what's divisible by this polynomial. So a way we can do that is by setting all of the x's here as like different numbers. So you can test out f of -1, you could test out f1, you could test out f of 2. And so if we try to plug this in, we get -3, which is not 0, 7, which is again not 0. And if we plug it in here, we get 0. So we know that x minus 2, because that's a plus 2, x minus 2 is a factor of that polynomial. And so from here, what we can do is we can start long division. I generally like doing long division over other methods because it's just more reliable. You get the answer every time if you do it correctly. So if we just plug all this in, so the first thing we want to do is get a x squared expression up here, because if we get x squared and we multiply it by x here, we get an x cubed. And so that's simply 2x squared, because 2x cubed divided by x is that. And then we do 2x squared multiplied by x minus 2. And that gives you 2x cubed, or sorry, not squared, cubed minus 4x squared. And then doing subtraction, we get 4x squared. And then you just bring this 3x down, so plus 3x. And then from here, again, we divide this 4x squared by x, which will give us minus 4x. And then again, we go minus 4x times x minus 2. And that gives you minus 4x squared plus 8x. And again, we do some subtraction. That gives us negative 5x. And then we bring the 10 all the way down here. So that gives us plus, oh, whoa, my bad. Why is it? Let's bring the size down. Whoops, there we go. Okay, sorry. Then we do plus 10. That does seem to be thicker. Whoops. Plus 10. There we go. And then we do minus 5x divided by x, which is minus 5. And then again, minus 5 times x minus 2 gives us negative 5x plus 10. And that just equates to 0. So we now know we have x minus 2 and 2x squared minus 4x minus 5. And so we know that 2 minus 2 equals 0. So what we now need to find out is the values of x that make this 0. And we can easily do that by just plugging it into the quadratic formula. And what you should get is, so x equals 2 for this first expression, and then x equals 2 plus square root 14 over 2. And for one of the solutions for this quadratic, and the second solution would be x equals 2 minus square root 14 over 2, and that gives us both solutions to this quadratic, and to the quadratic. So the polynomial intercepts the x-axis. Obviously, this is not a proper graph, but it intercepts the x-axis at 2, and then whatever that number is, and whatever that number is, and that is it.